In my opinion, the Alien franchise has been lackluster as of late. And they're on their way to becoming total shit, as with their most recent movies, plural, most recent movies. With their last mistake, that was Alien Covenant, and yes, it was a mistake. I f***ing hated that movie. It had good ideas, but executed them extremely poorly. And retconning the origin of the xenomorph to be inadvertently made by humans was the biggest mistake the franchise could have ever made. I mean, it just ruins the whole premise of the Alien. It ruins their mysteriousness. Mysteriousness, is that a word? Yeah, I think that's a word. Anyway. For me, what would make them scarier is never telling the origin. Like the Joker. Except they're making a Joker origin movie, which, for the character who's famously known for not having an origin. Because that makes sense. The Alien origin should have been chalked up to, it's space, there's weird and scary shit out there. Oh well. But I digress. This video is about how I would remake the Alien vs. Predator movie, or AVP franchise. And to be frank, I actually like the first one. Now, granted, I haven't seen it in a very long time, and it probably doesn't hold up very well at all. And I never finished AVP Requiem because I was too scared to finish it. And last time I saw it, I was 10, so cut me some slack. And the scene with the alien in the pool, that more than likely added to my crippling fear of deep bodies of water. So thanks, Alien, for influencing, ruining, one of the two, my life. Thank you for that. I feel like a good AVP movie could give the whole Alien and Predator series a much needed jumpstart again. Also, bear in mind this is being recorded before the new Predator movie is out, so I don't know how that will turn out. Probably not good. It's probably not good. Sorry, I had a little cough there for some reason. To be an Alien film, in my opinion, a good Alien film, it needs the elements that made the first two excellent. Claustrophobic spaces, fear of the unknown, darkness, etc. You get the idea. Compare Alien Covenant to the OG Alien, and the differences are night and day. Also, something I really liked in the original Alien is the fact that you don't know Ripley was the main character until she was the last one left. So the audience don't actually know who will be left, and it adds a little bit of suspense and like, oh, who's it gonna be, you know? And if you look at Alien Covenant promotional material, gee, who might live in the end? Oh, could it possibly be Ripley 2.0? Gee, maybe. I don't... Look, okay, I really hated that movie. It's just the whole... I can make an entire video on this. A whole separate rant on just how stupid that movie is. Gee, we're just some scientists carrying a bunch of humans to a colony. You know, oh, what's that? We gotta hear a sound on a planet, one of our songs on a planet that should be uninhabited. But that's ours. That doesn't sound like a trap at all. Hey, let's go check it out. Yeah, let's go check it out. Okay, let's take this entire ship containing hundreds and hundreds of our own people asleep to this possibly hostile planet. Hey, what's that? It's breathable air, but there's like no animals anywhere. Okay, let's just land on the planet. No suits, no mask or anything. Not like there could be a possible airborne pathogen or something like that, because it doesn't make any goddamn sense. They're scientists, and they just do this, and they just go there anyway, because why not? Why would they care? They're just scientists. Doesn't make any sense. And let's just go to the planet with no helmet on. And what? There's an alien in my head and my ear now. Oh, I thought it was scary jumping on your face. Now it comes in through your ear. And that is a tricksy little upgrade they got there, or downgrade depending on who you ask, because it's kind of stupid if you ask me, but also kind of scary at the same time, but not as scary as the pool alien from Requiem. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. Sorry. So we have the creepy, dark unknowingness. Unknowingness, is that a word? It should be a word. Of aliens. All you do is combine the ferocity and the unrelenting force of nature that is Predator. In the OG Predator, all you know is that there's this invisible thing that's hunting down and picking off Arnie's team. Arnie's Special Forces team, mind you. We know these guys are top dog, and this single Predator is picking them off like it's nothing. If you combined those two elements of each franchises, you could get some amazing results. The final thing I want to bring up is my horror film structure formula thing. I need to come up with a better name for it. It's my horror film formula. Horror film formula. It's hard to say. I made a very shitty video. Well, all my videos are shitty. I made an even shittier video a while back talking about it, but it basically boils down to this. 3 things are needed for a horror film. Characters, setting, plot. For me, in order for a horror film to be successful, all it needs to do is accomplish 2 of the 3 things. Now, if all 3 things are accomplished, then holy shit, it's an amazing film, but it's very rare. So, for reference, Alien, in its simplest form, characters. Space truckers who just want to get home and there's a killer alien. Setting, future grimy 80s retro tech spaceship thing. Plot: there's a killer alien on board and they need to get to safety. The plot is extremely basic, but we remember the space truckers and remember the cool space shit. Just from the characters being great, and actually smart looking at you f***ing dipshits from Covenant, and the setting being memorable, we are able to overlook the extremely basic plot. If you want a more recent reference, A Quiet Place. Fantastic movie, but in its simplest form, characters, little town family, and sound monsters. Setting: post-apocalyptic world, little farm thing. Plot: shut the f*** up or else you gonna get it. The plot is extremely interesting and very memorable, and sticks with you. I know many other people are like this too, most likely, but after I saw the movie, I was so hyper aware of every single sound I made, and I had to go out to my car, and it was night out right after I watched it, and I was just like, taking every step carefully, making sure I didn't make a lot of noise, because the movie stuck with me in my head. Maybe I have a lot of problems. It's probably true. I have a lot of problems, and this probably didn't help my list of problems. Anyway. Also, the setting is a pseudo post-apocalyptic world that we've really never seen before. It's like a sound devoid post-apocalyptic world. It's really interesting, and it's even more interesting how the movie picks up after shit went down. Usually movies show the shit leading up to it. This just said like, okay, yeah, the world's there they are. Go look at them. Look at that. Isn't that insane? That is so interesting. That's so memorable to me, and probably to a lot of people. That's like the main factor that sticks in my head. But when you get to characters, yeah, they didn't talk, but we know their motives. And who they were came through things they did, pretty much, you know? Krasinski was a stereotypical, I'll do anything for my kids. And the daughter was a stereotypical, I can do it, just give me a chance. Now, not saying they're bad. Again, I really, really enjoyed this movie. I'm just saying if you boil them down to their extremely basic elements, they're somewhat bland. But we're able to overlook that by the amazing ideas and story and everything goes in the movie. With all that out of the way, how would I tackle an AVP movie? Well, first of all, I wouldn't even call it Alien vs. Predator. I would call it the Atlas effect. Ooh, scary. I'm not gonna say why. That's left up to the audience. It's pretty easy. Y'all are smart, you can figure it out. Also, we would never reveal in the marketing that this is an actual Alien vs. Predator movie. Maybe only as a spiritual successor to the Alien and Predator franchise, but we never actually release an image of the Predator or maybe even the Alien until the movie comes out. This will give the audience that shock and burst of happiness that I believe Thor Ragnarok would have benefited, is that a word? That's a word, okay. So much more. So after I saw Thor Ragnarok, I love that movie, but the first thought that came to my mind after I saw it was, God, if they just kept Hulk's cameo a secret until the movie came out. Can you imagine sitting in a theater and then you realize, oh shit, they're combining Planet Hulk and Thor Ragnarok together, and we had no idea in the marketing material. And again, I know why they did it, you know, to get more butts in the seats, because who wants to see a Thor movie until after this? But can you imagine how amazing that would be if you realized in the theater that, holy shit, Hulk's in this? It would have been so much better. So, this movie would take place in the future, not in the past, or not in modern day, I should say. Technically the past, because 2004. In this movie, Alien, Alien 2, Predator 1, maybe Predator 2, doesn't really matter. Prometheus, Blade Runner, if you didn't know, Blade Runner and Aliens are connected by multiple things. I'll post a video in the description if you want proof. And Blade Runner 2049, just because that's one of my favorite movies of all time, are all canon in this new movie franchise. Anything else we'll just forget about, as is tradition with this franchise. The basic premise would be Tyrell, or Wallace, Corp space station was found by Weyland-Yutani. The problem is, this space station was officially destroyed years ago. So, Weyland-Yutani sends in a research team accompanied by Colonial Marines to find out what's going on and take important research data conducted at the station. Turns out that the Tyrell, or Wallace, Corp found a xenomorph egg in which, a go figure, it opened up and just killed everybody and started a hive. It's insane how that works. So the station was out of commission for over 2 years, so by the time the movie starts, it's a pretty damn big hive. And the Yutja, which is the Predator's actual name, I believe I'm pronouncing that right, the Yutja, come into play as they find out about this overrun station, and they send 3 extremely high-ranking individuals to clear it out. Upon cleansing of the hive, the surviving Yutja, it's so weird to say, will become clan leaders, as is tradition in their society. So, instead of just destroying the station outright, they go inside to hunt and clear out the xenomorphs. Now we have humans trying to collect data and find out what happened, the Yutja trying to hunt the xenomorphs, and the xenomorphs trying to kill everybody. A extremely basic plot, but we would focus heavily on creating interesting and memorable characters and make this dope-ass space station setting. So sometime during the film, the humans are first introduced to the Yetja as a squad of colonial marines come across a predator who was face-hugged and passed out. As it wakes up, a marine gets jumping and just kills a predator outright, right in front of another predator who happened to be watching a few feet back, which causes this predator to go berserk and kill the marine. Now, in my head, I'm picturing this awesome scene. I kind of, in reference to the Daredevil scene, so the predator would hit the lights and it starts to flicker, and as the lights are flickering, the predator would be like slowly badass walking, and as they're flickering, you see him, they're flickering, then boom, where'd he go? He's gone. Invisible. Whoa, crazy. And then what would precede that is this dope-ass, gory bloodbath of the predator just mowing down these colonial marines, and you cut back, with camera footage, in reference to aliens. It would just be an awesome scene. So, this action by the humans causes the predators to destroy the human ship docked at the station, and now cause them to hunt them down as well. So now the humans have to find a way to escape the station, while the predators and the xenomorphs are all hunting them. So they're pretty much the entire time. In summary, this movie would take heavy influences from Alien Isolation with a sprinkling of ideas from the 2010 AVP game, and bring back the feeling of emptiness and claustrophobia the first Alien movie had with the added threat and brutality of the predators, while going into a little bit of the Predator lore previously only found in books. And the added Blade Runner stuff is just fan service. It's not entirely necessary, or it's not necessarily in the slightest, but I just felt it would be a fun nod to the other franchise, And it's such a little nod that even like casual fans wouldn't notice, because how many casual fans know the name of the Replicant Creator Corporation or Weyland Yutani or all that stuff? But it would just be a fun reference. I like that little fun tie-in. So that was my extremely basic pitch for an AVP movie. I mean, I could give out my entire script treatment, but that would be a very long video, and I'm sure nobody wants to listen to me read a script treatment, Anyway, if you have any movies or possible games, yes, games, you'd like me to hear my version of my pitch on, please let me know in the comments. I plan on doing more of these, covering a whole wide variety of different topics and franchises, just giving my idea. Just giving my version of how I would have done it. Maybe even rewriting some things. It's gonna work out. I have a lot of ideas down the pipeline, and they're gonna come out soon, so stay tuned for that. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching, and bye-bye.